Hey guys, in this video I'm going to take a look at the new update coming to Pubg for the consoles tomorrow on the 29th of October. Apologies for the video being out late. I've literally just got back off holiday and one of the first things I'm doing is making this video for you all. So hope you enjoy the video and let's have a look through the patch notes. So again, the PTS has been on, which I'm sure if you've been playing and keeping up with Pubg, you'll be aware of. And that ends tomorrow morning Central Time, which is where I am, at 4 AM. With the live maintenance then beginning at 7 AM till 1 PM. So when I finish work tomorrow, I'll be able to jump straight on that. And then again, the time zones, depending on where you are, is there. The usual stuff about the patch notes. And then Season 5. So what we're getting in Season 5. We're getting the Miramar update. So the first thing is A la Muerte Vamos, which is the racetrack that they've added in. And basically it's a racetrack that goes across a lot of Miramar, and it adds jumps, ramps, loops and stuff like that. There's a new Golden Mirador, which only spawns in Hacienda, and they've changed it slightly to make it easier to get the vehicle out safely. So if you drop hot in Hacienda and you win, you can rock the Golden Mirado. However, from what I've seen on comments and stuff, as I've been trying to keep up with it while I've been on holiday, if you have a skin equipped for the Mirado, which I think they give away one for free as the first item in the new pass, then it overwrites the gold. So if you're looking at getting this Gold Mirado, make sure you've not got a skin equipped as a top tip. However, they might. I don't think they will fix it though, because it's not actually a glitch. I just think it depends on what you want to do. But we'll see how that goes. The Spring Clean Miramar removes some small objects and trash to reduce the clutter and make movement easier when looting. That's good. Also, it may well help with people that aren't rocking the SSDs and the Xbox X console with loading as well, if there's less junk just lying around, which is good. They've rebalanced the spawn rates of weapons, so assault rifles extra 12, DMRs an additional 29, snipers 42. The Win 94, which has now become exclusive to this map, has gone up 30%, but we'll get more into that in a sec. And scopes have gone up an 18%. They've reduced pistols massively, because obviously to make room for all this stuff. And the spawn rates of helmets, vests and bags slightly increased. The next feature is the vending machine. And basically what this does is you can find them in certain positions just for now, but I imagine they'll bring this kind of thing to more maps. And you go up to the vending machine and it kicks out an energy drink for you. There are some protections, so if you start shooting it or if you do too many, it starts making noises to alert players to your attention. But you can get anything from 1 to 8 energy drinks I've seen so far, and it may well be more, it's just as much as I've seen. But yeah, don't use it as cover because it has cutting edge technology, it says. And then we've got in Survivor Pass Badlands, which is the new Miramar themed Survivor Pass. The usual stuff. Now they've changed the community mission things from last season. So last season, basically the community missions was the entire community had to do a certain amount of missions, and then every now and again you'd get an item. Some were good, some were pointless, like some of them were faces. There was a couple of melee weapons, and there was, what was it? Was there a level 1 helmet, I think it was. So we did alright. Whereas this time they've changed it, so you're looking out for these packages here, and then when you open them, you either get a disc piece, which counts as 1, a broken disc, which counts as 2, and an old DVD, which counts as 3. And the community is then collecting these to unlock the rewards, and then it also lets you check on your progress and how you've helped out in that. There's 2 tracks of season missions, Melee and Badlands. So they've also added a melee throwing option, so I imagine that's going to be very prevalent in this, so we'll have to see how much of a pain in the ass that becomes. But I always find the thing with these missions, if you start in early enough and get a bit of focus on them, then they're very doable usually. Progression missions, track 1 and 2 are a series of 10 missions with gradually increasing difficulty, open for everyone. Track 3 is 12 missions, only people with the premium pass. And then milestone missions for reaching certain achievements related to daily, weekly and challenge missions. So complete 100 daily missions, for example, across the whole season, and you'll get one of them. There's also the return of the challenge missions, So the first mission of each one, whether you have a purchased premium pass or not, will earn a T-shirt by certain survival levels. Okay. And then second challenge mission, complete weapon specific, wearing the T-shirt. Right, okay, so the first mission, you basically get a T-shirt by doing a certain rank, which is fine. And then the second mission, you have to get a kill with a certain weapon whilst wearing the T-shirt. So you're going to have to like focus on one at a time, I think, on that. And the remaining missions are various weapon-specific stuff. So once you've done the first two, it's been updated, so it'll just be kills with the weapons. So that's a little bit of fun. They added level up items for one premium pass mission rewards. These items are non-marketable and blah blah blah. Next season 6, and then the survival title system. These are the items that we're working towards this time. I'm not overly stretched by that outfit, to be fair, but the parachute, as usual, is awesome. So I'll be hoping to get that. And then it does say the rewards have changed. So rewards for survival title system 4 will be granted at the beginning of 5. So the things that you got to last time. I think I got as far as the mask last season, which would be pretty good. SP will soft reset with the pom in season 4 counting towards your starting SP in season 5. They've also rebalanced the survival point rebalance. So novice 1 point. So basically 1 point to 5,000 points. You'll earn it quicker per match. Which means more people will be able to get to the top tier of these. However, to get the parachute, you need to get 6,000. But it says if a player marks lower than 30% overall, then you'll actually lose points. But you can't go below 6,000. So once you get to Survivor and you're 6,000 and you're going for Lone Survivor, you can lose points, which means them top 100 players in the Lone Survivor, they're not just going to be the players that have played the most games now. They're going to be the best players as well. So it's a slight move towards making it more of a skill-based leaderboards, but still for the vast majority of people that don't have enough time to get to even 6,000 points normally, it's not that great. So I still think they need to have two separate things. Maybe one for time played like this, but then maybe one for skill. Maybe to do with KD, maybe, or I don't know, because KD is not necessarily the most important thing in this game. They could work something out, something to do with like maybe how the survival system's working, like the similar, how we've got with the weapon mastery, something around how you survival. So the longer you survive, the more points you get. Could be something like that. We'll have to see. They've done a couple of changes to custom matches. Added it to PS4. I'll let you read through that if you're interested, but I know a lot of people don't touch the custom matches very often, so I'll skip past that real quick. And then they've done the Win 94 Reborn. So finally, it will now automatically come with irremovable 2.7 scope. So very similar to the VSS in that the scope's just always on there and you don't need to find the attachments. They've not changed any of the other specs, but they have made it exclusive to Miramar now. I reckon this weapon is going to be low-key really good now, and it's going to be a bit of a meta on that map. I'm looking forward to trying that out myself. They've also added a feature where you can throw items to your teammates. So if you're both stuck behind cover and you can't get to each other to drop that first aid kit or that energy drink, you can just whiz it across the road to them now. And I think you can do it up to 15 metres. Yeah, maximum 15 metres. However, if there's walls in the way and stuff, then it'll just bounce and hit the ground, which is fair enough. They've also added a melee weapon throwing feature, which is awesome. So if you're running right at the beginning of the game and all you've found is a load of frying pans, at least you've got a fighting chance. Well, I suppose you had a fighting chance previously, but at least you've got a ranged fighting chance. I imagine this is going to be for some fun stuff to happen. And I imagine some of the missions, especially in the challenge missions, the latter ones, may be around using your melee weapons in such a way. And then there's slightly different damages and stuff when you throw them, but obviously the pan, being the signature melee weapon of PUBG, does the most damage, of course. And then they've done just a little touch on Arangal. Red zones no longer spawn after phase 3, and higher vehicle spawns along mountain roads. They've changed the radio message thing, so it'll be a bit easier to communicate, especially with the new throw-in stuff to each other one. So testing that out will give us a more credible idea of how well it works in reality, opposed to reading it on paper. So that's going to something that time will tell. They've improved the UI slightly and the items that are going in the store. So there's the DLC. So there's the Badlands pack. the supply pack season 5. And then it just tells you obviously the way that you access them is different now because it's utility crate. G-Coin, yeah, blah. And then there's the weapons that the items that have been added for G-Coin is 5 Battlestat weapons, the premium pass, level up tickets, and the PGC set. That only comes out on the 6th of November though, so we'll have to keep an eye for that one. And then there's also 6 Battlestat weapons that are available for BP, which is awesome that they've done that. I imagine they're going to be like the Madzi sneakers, and they're about 8,000 a piece. So if you manage to get a load of games in before it comes out, just stockpile your BP ready. And then there's some info about the global system there. They've had a couple of banners in around the games and on the billboards and stuff, which I always like to see, keeping the community involved and together. They've also balanced some of the sounds, reduced for some vehicles, and stuff like that. And then you're just into your normal list of bug fixes. And that's it. So that's coming out tomorrow after 1 PM. The maintenance should be done in the UK time. I think, as far as I can remember, the last couple of patches have all add an extra 2 hours onto that anyway through delays, so it'll probably be more like 3, although they may well have it ready because it has been in the PTS, this one, but time will tell. And again, I'll be on that one after work, so I'll see you all on the battlegrounds. If you did enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing to see more. Wookie out.